This one comes from NBC News. 13 die in Peru disco Stampede as police raid party violating coronavirus lockdown. The Stampede happened at the Thomas Disco in Lima, where about 120 people had gathered for an unsanctioned party on Saturday, Zach. More unsanctioned partying, probably some dancing, Zach. People tried to escape through the only door on the second floor disco, trampling one another and becoming trapped in the confined space, according to the authorities. And so cops basically raided this place. People got scared. They didn't want to get arrested, so they fled. There's nowhere to go. 13 people died, got trampled. Wow.
There was also reports in the article. Now, the governor's office or the mayor, whoever, I don't know if it was the governor or the president. I don't know who said this, but they said that there was reports of the police also shooting and firing tear gas, which the police have, of course, denied. But people at the event have said that that's what happened, that police were,
A lot of people may not trust the police in the United States, but I'm probably not going to trust Peruvian police at any level.
Absolutely not.
It says nightclubs have been prohibited from operating since March. So this was basically an underground party, a lot of dancing, probably not a lot of social distancing, not a lot of masks. But I mean, the BS here, Zach, which is huge BS, which is, you're in the name of public safety to save lives, you go in and you kill a bunch of people.
Yeah, this is extreme BS. And I did the math. So Peru has had 600,000 cases and they've had 27,000 deaths, give or take a little bit. So the death rate is like around 4.6%. These are just, very, kind of, these aren't like 100% accurate numbers, but it's just, 600,000, divided by 27, whatever.
Right.
So 4.6%, right? If 120 people were gathered there, if every single one of them got COVID, that it would have been like 5 people would have died. Whereas, when the police came in, 13 died. So actually the police were more deadlier than, the people getting killed. And that's if every single one of those 120 people got COVID, which, if there was COVID getting spread around there, which they did, of the people they arrested in the article, it said 15 people did test positive for COVID.
Okay.
Still, I don't think COVID would have infected every single person in there. And even then we're talking about a nightclub, so it's going to be a younger audience there. You know what I mean? So we know that the death rate is going to be even lower than 4.6%, right? So I would say that probably, if every single person in there caught COVID, I bet you none of them would have died unless some of them were immune compromised, right? So this police raid was 100% more deadlier than COVID being spread throughout this thing.
That is excellent analysis, Zach. Well done by you. Great points. So they said they made a situation worse than when it was going to be. And at some point, I just wonder, the extent that you're going to go around doing all these raids and stuff like that. We've got the LA mayor shutting down power and water when for house parties in the LA Hills. I'm sure you've read about that.
Yep.
I mean, I don't know where we go here. I mean, I just feel like this is going to be endless. And I do basically. What do you think of this analogy? In the same way that you hope that you've got COVID, you can get past it. Maybe that's what we need to do society wide, and just to let this thing move through?
Yeah, I mean, I'd be curious to see how like this would turn politically if this happened in the United States. If there was this police raid that killed all these people trying to raid a fucking nightclub party. You know what I mean? It's ridiculous. Remember the Lake of the Ozarks back after Memorial Day? Like, we didn't see the police going in there and raiding them.
The cops came in, yeah.
Oh God!
And, like, a bunch of people drowned in a pool or something.
Mm-hmm.
And I didn't see any. There's no video of this except for after the fact, which is surprising. I don't know if maybe the phones were confiscated or what.
Everyone was too busy trying to run away,
or too busy. Yeah.
Also, was the word stampede? Like, I always think of Jumanji when I think about that word. You know what I mean? I picture like rhinos running through this club, stomping over everyone.
Run! It's a stampede! It's a game!
I know it's the same thing, and stampedes are very real, and you don't think of it. I mean, people panic. There's been cases of this at like sporting events or whatever. I mean, a crowd moves. A crowd's very, very dangerous.
Yeah.
And people just, you don't because you probably unlike say Portland, where you can set fire to a federal courthouse building, get arrested for like 3 felonies, and then you get cited and then immediately released without bail. I'm sure in Peru, they've been cracking down heavily on this, and you might end up gone for some number of months before you even get to talk to somebody. So I think they're terrified.
I don't know if I would want to go to a Peruvian jail.
No, no, thank you.
I'm sure Peru is a lovely country, but I don't know. I wouldn't want to go to their jail, their justice system.
No, I'm assuming that they would come down harshly on this sort of thing, and it is too bad, and it is emblematic of basically, killing the patient to cure the disease or whatever.
Yeah.
And great analysis by you. They literally, even if their fears were correct, in the worst case scenario, they killed more people than likely would have been killed even if this was some like sort of super spreader event. So